Welcome to the Elite Podcast Network, home of the #1 independent wrestling coverage, available on iTunes, Stitcher, blogtalk Radio, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Follow us on Twitter at Elite Podcast Net and join the revolution now. WHRADIO.
Welcome back to
ladies.
Wrestling.
Go ahead. Fuck it. You go ahead.
What is
you
going
go
on
ahead.
here, man?
You go ahead.
What?
You got it this
Come
week.
on, man.
You got it this week.
All right,
go
all
ahead.
right. I'll start. Okay, let's just don't have a tag team breakup now. But let me just start us off then. Welcome to WrestlingHeads Radio. It's me, Oscar. I got two guys joining me right now. I got someone who bleeds light blue, and the other one bleeds navy blue. But the one that bleeds light blue is Mr. W.H. Skids. What's going on, man?
What's going on, people? Welcome back. I'm pumped.
I know you're pumped, but I also got to introduce someone else who's from the NYC, and his team is in town right here in Los Angeles at the moment. He's a freaking diehard Yankee fan himself, Mr. Tom. What's going on, Tom?
Not much. I'm doing good. Hope everyone's doing good as well. And yeah, Yankees are out in LA, and I know you guys are, of course, big Dodger people, so you got to be rooting for the Yankees this week. So hop on the train with me.
Well, it's going to be hard for a guy who cheats a lot, you can say. But anyways, we can talk about that some other time. But we got a special guest joining us tonight. And for our listeners who watch championship wrestling from Hollywood or to go around these SoCal shows around this area, or you're familiar around the town in the area, the name I'm about to bring up, you know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for a member of the Revolution, Mr. Sasha Darevko. What's going on, man?
How you doing, comrade?
I'm doing well, comrade. I am doing well this evening. I hope things are doing good for yourself.
Things are going well. I must say, your intro belongs on the podcast Botchamania. You guys, you need to figure out alpha in your group. Who is the alpha who's going to lead the way? And he starts the podcast, then he introduces the other hosts. You get it all falls in line, comrade, just like it was in the 80s. Everybody falls in line. Everybody knows their role.
Yeah, Skits. But anyways, let's get this show on the road, shall we? For our listeners, if you have any questions for Sasha directly, you can always tweet us at WrestlingHeads, or you could call us at 347-945-5566. And please be respectful, all right? But my first question I'd like to ask you, Sasha, how did it all begin? Like, where did you train, and how did you actually get into business? How long ago did you train and all that stuff?
Well, my training really began back in Siberian prison, but that's a whole other story, comrade. You see, back in the year 2000, I was a young Russian, fresh in America, looking for opportunities, and I went to the West Coast Dojo in UIWA. It was in Stanton, California. The trainer was Cincinnati Red, rest in peace, God rest his soul. And I got to train with his prize student, Samoa Joe. So that was my beginning. I had a long road, comrades, took a couple breaks, went back to Russia for a while, but the last 5 years I've been going strong here in Southern California. I feel I'm one of the top wrestlers around. If you guys want to debate me, then you're pussycats.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, you mentioned Red, God, rest his soul and everything. You say you trained with Samoa Joe. You know, lately he's been in the news all over the place. Like, he's had his final Ring of Honor show. He's in WWE NXT. What is your thoughts going to Samoa Joe? You know, all the buzz about him going on in this past few months.
It is good to see my comrade having such great success. You know, I was just a little pipsqueak, skinny man back then. I wasn't the big, strong, hairy, manly Russian that I am now. You know, but he always had it from the beginning. He was still what we call in the business kind of green. He just had started the working matches. He hadn't gone to UPW yet, so he was the hand that Red and Johnny Hemp used to mold us little, you know, baby shit green wrestlers. He was the guy that we trained with. He would do the moves for us and to us and show us how to do it, and it was a great experience for me. It was, you know, something I've always taken pride in as I've seen all his success in the business.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to pass it to my co-host, Skits. Skits, got a question for Sasha?
Yeah, before I ask my question, I know Sasha is a big Dodger fan. Go Dodgers. Sasha, in a couple days, actually, we'll be at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It's going to be the Red Carpet Rumble, and got a lot of folks coming into the Rumble this year. You got people returning, and you got some new faces coming in. Your thoughts on the Red Carpet Rumble, and I'm pretty sure you want to get win so you can get a shot at that title going against Johnny Yuma.
The Red Carpet Rumble, yes. It is a fight with 29 other pussycats, and I tell you, comrade, my chances are pretty good if you look at the percentages and the odds. You know, you have 29 pussycats and you have Sasha Darevko. Who are you going to put your money on?
I'm going for fucking Sasha. If you rocking Dodger Blue, I'm definitely going for you.
Well, we kayfabe the Dodger Blue at Hollywood, comrade. It is all about the black and the red of the revolution.
Speaking of the revolution, talk to us. What's the deal with you and Chad Cabrera? Is it a possible chance we can get you guys back as a tag team? You know, maybe take some belts out here in SoCal. Maybe, you know, take the AWS tag titles. Maybe the Championship Wrestling Hollywood titles. Any SoCal title, because to be honest with you, I'm a big fan of you guys, and I don't know what's going on with the guys that's booking out here, and you guys should be champions somewhere out here in SoCal.
Comrade, I couldn't agree with you more. But you see, the opportunities for a Russian and a Cuban, they're few and far between here in SoCal. You have these promoters, they are biased against the foreigners like myself and Che. We bring a brand of truth that their fans are not ready for, so they're scared to book us against their champions, which they know they're protecting them. They're just paper champions, and they won't face Sasha and Che because they know we will dominate them, even though we've had a little bit of trouble as of late.
Yeah, man. If any promoters listening, Bart, David, anybody, you guys need to do something with Sasha and Che Cabrera ASAP. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on to my boy Tom, who actually he doesn't watch Championship Wrestling Hollywood as much as me and Oscar, but he's got some questions for you.
Bring it on, comrades. What you got?
My question for you, Sasha, is, you see, I'm over on the other side of the country. I don't get to be in California and get to see you wrestle on a week-to-week basis. So to nobody that knows you, what makes you different than all the other indie wrestlers around? What separates you?
Well, first of all, I'm the manliest, hairy wrestler that there is, let's be honest. I mean, nobody's hairy chest compares to Sasha's chest, right? I mean, I've got all these creepy guys hitting me up who are, what do they call them? The bear fetish people? I get them all the time, so I must be sexy to you people. So that makes me different and better than all these men because they're all pretty pussycats and they still can't get creepy chomos hitting them up on the Facebook. So you see, that's what makes me better. Next question.
Well, I have to ask you, you being a fellow Russian, who is your favorite Russian wrestler of all time? Is it Nikolai Volkov, Ivan Koloff? Who is your favorite?
The man I take most of my inspiration from is probably Koloff. He was a great champion for Russia. He brought a lot of Russian pride back. He wore the hammer and the sickle like a strong Russian man and not a pussycat wearing the red, white, and blue colors of America. It's all about the hammer and the sickle, comrades.
I got to agree. Koloff is a legend, and I think he would be proud of you representing the yellow and red, my comrade.
Thank you, comrade.
All right, Oscar, pass it back to you, man.
Yeah, I want to ask him about Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I do watch the show every week, and it just seemed like the past year, it's just a lot of new talent been coming in to this show. And the match I saw this past weekend, it was you and Che going against this new tag team called Cold World, which for our listeners who are not familiar with that tag team, lately, since their debut, they've been dominating other tag teams. Like, they've been beating them under 3 minutes, just like how Goldberg would beat his opponent back in the day in WCW, or you can see how Ryback, when he first came in, he was destroying his opponents like under 3 minutes. These guys are like a tag team version. They've been doing that lately. And you and Chad took them to the limit. You know, you guys went, I'm pretty sure you guys went over 3 minutes. It seemed like that because I believe they went a commercial break and they continue on. But after the match, when you guys lost, I saw you and Che having some kind of friction here. Like, what's going on between you and Che?
You know, comrade, our issues are more between me and Che. It's revolution business. But I must say that lately Che has been costing us a lot of matches, and he kind of feels like a dead weight on my shoulders. But, you know, like we did in the times of the Cuban Missile Crisis, I will take him on my shoulders like Russia took Cuba on their shoulders, and I will raise him up, and we will be great again. I know it. But you see, comrade, it is like you guys. We need to figure out the alpha situation. He needs to know that Russia is dominant over Cuba. He needs to know his role and know that he needs to train and stop having a dad body. He's getting the titties, the man titties. You know, he doesn't train as much because he's a daddy, you know. And so to up his game and step up to another level, that's my opinion on that, comrade.
Yeah, definitely. I want to ask you your thoughts of the current tag team division in Championship Wrestling Hollywood. Last year, you had guys like BP Ray and Rockness, but Rockness are still in the show, but you know, it's just they're doing their own thing. Johnny Yuma is the champion there. Johnny Goodtime, now known as Kevin Martinson, is the TV champion. They're doing their own thing, but they're still kind of together. You know, they're still part of the Vermin. And speaking about Vermin, they're the current tag team champion. And then you got new tag teams like Cold World. That group, I cannot pronounce their French name, but it's Tyler Bateman's circus freak show tag team or group he has going on right now. What's your thoughts of this tag team division in championship?
You forgot one, Oscar. You forgot one. Let's not forget Drew Gulak and
Oh yeah, Drew Gulak and Timothy Thatcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, what's your thoughts of this current tag team division going on in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?
You know, comrade, I'd love to wrestle all of these great tag teams, but it seems, like I said, we do not have the opportunities afforded to us to wrestle some of these teams. We had Gulak and Thatcher once. We lost. But we showed that we could compete with those men. We haven't had another shot to take them out. We've had Cold World, but they have their manager who dresses like a Chinese woman, Caesar Black on the outside. He's distracting. He cost us both matches. It was his fault that we lost. So you see, comrades, we're the upper level of competition, but we can't seem to get a break from the brass at Hollywood. You see, they're too busy worrying about the vermin, and they're the only vermin that the revolution is worried about are the rats in our trailers.
Yeah, that was gonna ask you about the vermin. Like you're saying, you haven't got the opportunity, but do you feel like the vermin is holding you guys back because every member of that group has a championship? It just seems like they have the power, even more power than Dave Marquez and his kids. So do you feel like the vermin might be the ones that keeping you guys out of the picture in a way?
Comrade, Dave Marquez has lost control. It is like the monkeys are running the circus and everything's out of control and he can't get a hold of what's going on, comrade. That is why things are so jacked up. We've got the vermin running rampant and nobody can stop them. So, comrades, what do? The revolution can only show up and fight the pussycats in front of us. They give us jabronis and we run through them, just like the cold world runs through their jabronis. But they never put us against top-tier competition because they fear us. They fear what we will accomplish if given the proper means. And the people, they aren't ready for our message, comrades. We're going to take over from the inside. You will see, comrades, it is coming. The revolution is going to bounce back.
All right. I'll remember you said that. But we are planning me and Skip are planning to go at the Red Carpet Rumble, so we'll see what happens. We were there 2 years ago when Sean Rickard, now known as Eli Drake in TNA, won it. Then last year
we were last year too.
Yeah, Willie Mack won last year, but yeah, so. Yeah, we went into those two, so we'll see what happens this year. Maybe Sasha wins it all, and you get a title shot. Maybe the single thing could be best for you, but who knows? All right, I'm gonna pass it on to Skip.
All right, Sasha. So we all know, out here in SoCal, we all know that you battled with some of the best guys out here in SoCal. Besides guys out here in SoCal, is there any independent wrestler out there in the game right now that you would like to face, that you've been wanting to wrestle with?
The man at the top of my list is Joey Ryan. I've wanted to wrestle him for 14 years, and no promoter wants to give the opportunity because they feel the world would turn in on itself with two hairy, manly men inside the ring. The ladies just won't know what to do. They'll throw their panties and go crazy. And the promoters, they're scared of this. They won't book us, but I want that match with Joey Ryan before I hang my tights up. That's my number one guy at the top of my list.
You have any other guys besides Joey? Like maybe like two more guys you can name.
I would say I would love to wrestle Che. I've never gotten a chance to wrestle him in front of a crowd. We've sparred plenty of times in practice, but I would like to get a chance to wrestle Che Cabrera and show him that Russia is dominant over Cuba.
All right. Since we know you want to face Joey, I'm definitely gonna have to do some talking to some promoters out there and tell them I want to see Sasha go against Joey Ryan, because I'm pretty sure you'll destroy Joey Ryan quick. So
let's be honest, comrade. My hairy chest is much better than Joey's.
I can agree with you. I mean, you know, the whole Joey Ryan gimmick that he's got going on is getting pretty old. So I'm with you. So, but I have another question. So there's another SoCal promotion called Lucha Underground. If you got the opportunity to work with them, would you take that one?
I would be stupid not to work for Lucha Underground, comrade. It is a great opportunity for anybody coming up in the indie circuit. They would be stupid not to. Now, if it depends on who the man is. Some people, it might not be the right place for them. But for me, that would be a great place for me to make my name more on the up. You know, what is the word? To promote myself and get my name to bigger places.
Right. Do you mind taking a call? We have actually a caller on hold that might want to ask you a question. Let's just put this caller on real quick. 540. You're on WHRADIO. If you have a question for Sasha, shoot.
Yes, I do. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Sasha?
How are you, comrade?
What?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear him.
Go ahead. Ask the question.
What's the question, comrade?
Sasha, would you ever consider joining the WWE? And if so, who would your opponent be?
You know, if I ever got the chance, I would like to take out that pussycat Rusev. He's walking around saying he's Russian. He's not really Russian. He's from Bulgaria. That is not Russia. That is our little stepchild that we beat and slap around like a little peach. I would like to take Rusev, and Lana would be my prize. I would take Lana home afterwards, and that would be... I would win Lana in the match. That would be the terms of the match.
Well, would you ever consider wrestling Triple H or John Cena or Seth Rollins?
Of course, comrade. Those are big money matches. That means I'm making a lot of your American money that you love so much and taking it back with me to Russia. So any chance I get to wrestle the top guys in the world, of course I want to try. I want to bring pride to Russia for beating these men in the business who are at this level. That is the greatness. And I want to make Russia great. Greater than Rusev, who took the pussycat colors of Russia, the red, white, and blue. He didn't even wear the hammer and the sickle. He wore those the American colors. That's why he's a pussycat.
Well, we want to give a shout out to our caller for asking those questions. I will go ahead and just pass it on Tom. Go for it, bro.
Sasha, I'm very curious about something that's been missing from your career for about over a year now. Where has your brother, your partner in crime, Alexis, been? Where did he go? And is there any chance you guys ever team again?
Alexis Darevko, my brother, my closest human partner in this world. We came in this world together and came to America to get the opportunity to bring pride to Russia. Brother Alexis, he's getting a little long in the tooth, as you say. He's getting up there in the years. He had a surgery on his shoulder. He was out for 8 months. He's thinking of moving on with his career and being a promoter. He's very active in the Action Coast Empire. If you haven't seen it, comrades, check it out at actioncoastempire.com and on the Twitter at Action Coast Empire. We're doing big things in the NorCal scene, and Alexis is focusing more on the promoting side. Will he be back in the ring? Time will tell. But as far as teaming with him, I would love to be with my brother again, bringing pride to my country. He's the man that made me who I am today.
Very, very good, comrade. And, you mentioned Twitter. I want to, because you seem like an old school type of guy. What do you think of this social media today and this Twitter and these young kids using it and they can say whatever they want? What is your opinion on this whole thing?
The social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, it is good for promoting yourself, getting your name out there, but it is also a double-edged sword, as you Americans say. There's a lot of stupid whining and bitching on the Facebook and on the Twitter, a lot of beefs going on the social media. I've gotten involved in stupid things I shouldn't have, because it's easy to be stupid and just say stupid things because you don't have that voice in your head saying, don't say that. You just have the fingers and you're typing and you say stupid things. And I see on my Facebook a lot of bitching and crying about their poor lives in America. If your country is so great, why are all of you such pussycats?
I definitely got to agree with you there. You make a very good point that not many people will have the cojones to say why. So I appreciate that, my comrade.
No bullshit here, comrade. Just straight shooting.
Exactly. All right, Oscar, back to you, man.
All right, to go back to our caller that called in, if you want to see a Sasha and Seth Rollins, well, they kind of closest thing to a match, you can go on the WWE Network for $9.99, go to SummerSlam 2014. Seth Rollins actually walked past Sasha Darevko and Che Cabrera, so you can actually go back and, when is it? That's what's great about the WWE Network. I could go 50 years from now and say, oh, that's Sasha Darevko, But anyway.
If you watch that tape, comrade, Che Cabrera, he's cowering like a little pussycat. But me, I'm standing strong. I stand my ground to Seth Rollins. I say, no, you're not going to pass me. And he went the other way. So that tells you about Seth Rollins.
All right. But anyways, the next question was actually going to be my next question, but it was surprising that when the caller asked us about Rusev, I'm surprised. I mean, have you ever? Or actually, I'm not surprised, but my question is, have you ever worked with him in the past? Because he was actually trained in California with Rikishi, and I know you have done shows here and up in North Cal, but you haven't ever worked with him in the past before?
No, our paths never crossed. And back then, he wasn't parading around like a fake Russian. He was being the Bulgarian that he is. He wasn't trying to front. He was just being a Bulgarian. So I had no problems with Rusev when he trained here. But now he's parading around, waving the flag, the imposter flag of Russia that I don't accept as our flag. And he wants to call himself Russian and say that Putin loves him. He's a pussycat. Look at him. He's on the shelf. He lost his woman. What is wrong with him? He's not a true Russian.
Lately, Sasha, he hasn't been representing Russia no more. He's back to representing his actual country since him and Lana broke up.
That's the best news I heard all day, comrades. He's not bringing shame to my country anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you want to get to Lana, I think you might have to get to the Dolph Ziggler. But we can talk about that some other time. But anyways, my final question I'd like to ask you, where can you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself in another, like a bigger company like either the WWE or TNA, or possibly, or what do you see yourself doing in 5 years from now?
Comrades, my goal is to be the best, and to be the best, I train with the best. I train with my pair Yevgeny in Russia, who I saved from the circus at a young age, and we train together to wrestle. And when I'm in the United States here in SoCal, I train with Brian Kendrick. He's the best, comrades, and he's making me into the next best thing in the wrestling. So in 5 years, the sky is the limit, as you say here. I could be at the top of the mountain. I could be in Russia. There's a million places I could be, comrades, but I'm training right now to be the best. So just look for me on your maps and the map of the stars when I'm rich and I like The Rock in all of your movies. I become big movie star like Arnold Schwarzenegger, big action movie star. That's where you can see me, comrade. The sky is the limit.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe one day you can have your match with Russo. And if you get to meet Lana, then I will shake your hand on that. So, all right, I'm going to pass on to Skid.
All righty. Sasha, so besides Championship Wrestling from Hollywood's Red Carpet Rumble event coming up, talk to us about some more shows that you're booked for and maybe the opponents you'll be facing.
This Friday at the EWF in Covina, I take on my new arch nemesis, Brandon Gatson, for the third time. It's the rubber match, as you say. I wrestled him last month at EWF, and I lose. I wrestle him in Reno, and I win. So this time it is the third match. I think this time I'm going to make him look like the little bitch that he is, and I'm going to win. That's this Friday for the EWF. I just recently worked my first match for the SoCal Pro down in Oceanside. I've been working for the Action Coast Empire, for Hood Slam, all kinds of companies, comrade. I can't even remember all of them. The Championship Wrestling, AWS. If you go to any of those shows, you will probably see me there at some point.
Yeah, well, me and Oscar, we always go to AWS, and we try to hit up Championship Wrestling from Hollywood as much as we can, because it's pretty far from where we live. But we definitely always show love to other wrestlers out here in SoCal. I want to ask you one more. No, you know what? It's not a question. Actually, you know what? Next time we see you, we have a gift for you. We have a WrestlingHeads T-shirt that we're going to give you. You know, you always been cool with me and Oscar at the AWS shows, so we're going to give you a shirt, man, as soon as we see you. What size you wear?
I wear a large, adult large. Don't let Che fool you. It's not a medium. I wear a large T-shirt.
We definitely got you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let.
Actually, I think we have a Twitter question. I mean, if you want to look into it, I'm trying to see it, but my phone's being retarded.
Okay. This is a question for you, Sasha, from Chase. He says, Sasha, what is your favorite move of choice?
My favorite move would have to be my finishing maneuver. It is a gory special neck breaker. I get him in the gory special and drop him in the neck breaker package. It is made famous by Victoria. She called it the Widow's Peak. I've been using that as my finish. I think it's very effective. If you look at it, it affects 3 points of the body and incapacitates my opponent to the point where I can pin his shoulders to the mat for 3 seconds.
There you go, Chase. Make sure you watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood so you can see more of Sasha, because I know he's actually from Ohio, I believe. And we got to definitely check my boy out. But go ahead, Tom, with your question, bro.
Yes, my final question for you, Sasha, is, like I said, I am all the way on the East Coast, so I don't get to see you a lot. If you could pick one match from your career where somebody's never seen you before, and that's the match you're proudest of, which match would it be?
That's a very tough question, comrade. I've had many great matches with some pretty damn good wrestlers. I don't usually give the props or put people over when I'm talking, but I've been blessed to wrestle many great wrestlers, and I wouldn't want to slight any of them because I've had great matches with many men. But my favorite match would have to be my match in Reno, Nevada with Brandon Gatson. We took each other to the limit. We had the crowd eating out of our hands. It was one of the best matches I feel I've ever had, but it is my favorite match personally for many reasons. But that is the match I feel is my best match ever.
Well, you heard it, people. If you're looking to see Sasha at his best, make sure you look it up, him versus Brandon Gatson, which if you are familiar with PWG, you'll recognize that name. So check it out. Check out his stuff from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I would also recommend your match last year against the Hobo for the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood title, which unfortunately you did not succeed in winning, but it was still a good match.
Thank you, comrade. I was so close to taking that belt from that bum, but it wasn't my time yet. It wasn't my time to shine, but my time is coming. You watch.
Well, we'll be looking an eye out. We'll be keeping an eye out for you.
Hey, Sasha, before we let you go, you want to throw out some plugs, your Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that?
Sure, comrade. You can find me on the Twitter at Sasha Darevko. You can find me on the Instagram at SuperZar, which is Super and Zar. It's pretty easy. You can find me on the Facebook at Sasha Darevko. And comrades, if you haven't checked out Hood Slam, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Hood Slam.
Yeah,
that is
I am.
Wrestling heaven for me. Those are my comrades. That is my favorite place to wrestle. So yeah. I want to plug Hood Slam before you let me go. Check it out, birdswillfall.com. If you haven't heard of it, you haven't seen it, check it out.
It's funny you just mentioned Hood Slam because we talked to Brittany Wonder at the AWS show, and me and Oscar was supposed to go WrestleMania weekend, but we were so busy. We had a lot of shows that we were going to that weekend, so we didn't get a chance to hit it up. But that's definitely a plan for us to go down to Hood Slam and check it out one day.
First Friday of every month, comrades. First Friday in Oakland, that's the place to be for the Hood Slam.
Definitely, man. We'll definitely check it out soon. We want to thank you for taking your time out. Come on, WHRADIO to talk to us about Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Red Carpet Rumble, and we'll see you soon, man.
Thanks for the rub, comrades. Have a good show.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to my boy Sasha, real cool dude. If you come out here to SoCal, he'll definitely instantly be one of your favorites. Him and Checker, bro, like, they're definitely one of my favorite tag teams out here, but I really haven't seen them book that much out here in SoCal. But, Sasha, I honestly think if he was booked by himself in solos, he could still, do well out here as a solo artist.
Yeah, I agree. He is a long time. He's been around for a while, so, he's phenomenal talent. And I hope he's not watching the Dodger game because they just left the Diamondbacks tied. So,
well,
but anyways,
you know what? You should have just said this.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Cause that's definitely bad news.
Yeah. But anyways.
But let's take a quick break.
TWG.
Let's take a quick break. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Like, when I mean a lot of shit to talk about, OMG. Pro Wrestling Gorilla Talk. We'll be right back.
Hello, friends. This is Matt Seidel. You are using your brain and listening to WrestlingHeads. Respect.
My name is Rich Swan, and we're at PWG, but you are now listening to the WrestleHead Radio.
Oh, shucky ducky, Wet.
Yes, we're back.
Oh yeah. Where do we start, dude? Like
okay.
I'll tell you this. Like, was when I was at.
I know. Should we just start the show, or should we start about those Bola announcements? What the hell are we gonna start?
You know what? Let's go with the Bola announcements. Let's start from the top to the bottom because we gotta.
Before you tell our listeners, let our listeners know. I was at work when this guy freaking texted me that some of the names. I was like, what? What is it a vape?
and then you, Oscar, you tweeted me, and you're like, I bet Tom is busting his load, and I'm like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, man, it has to do with PWG. So I checked their Twitter, lost my mind, lost it. It is.
Yes. An invasion is coming. An invasion. I'm gonna tell you right now, an invasion is coming. Not just the wrestlers, but the fans. Invasion is coming. So let's get ready for it.
Fuck the invasion.
Let's get ready for it.
All I have to say is, let's start from the top to the bottom. Let's give everybody the update of what's going on. So we got Will Ospreay from Progress Wrestling coming down. We got Marty Scurll coming down. Timothy Thatcher, who actually was part of Mystery Vortex, which we'll get into later.
Which I call.
Is part of. You did call. He is part of Bola 2015. We got Mike Bailey, who definitely held it down, which will in the matchup at Mystery Vortex, which we'll talk about in a bit. Chris Hero, him and Zach fucking Sabre Jr. killed it this weekend. We'll talk about it a little bit. Oh, Blood was showing it all. Like, wow. Biff Busick is another person that will be part of PWG Bola. We also got Mark Andrews from Progress / TNA, or you want to call. You know, I'm pretty sure people seen him on TNA. Brian Cage, Ricochet, Tommy N making his return to PWG, Trevor Lee, and this is where shit gets real, people. Okay, Pentagon fucking Junior. Wow.
I was like, when
now,
you called me,
I actually called him. I actually called this motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I remember, I think it was a show you were not on, Skip, and me and Tom were talking. I'm like, who do we want to see come to PWG? And to be honest with you, I think I named like Matt Cross and all that, but I was like, I named Pentagon, but I was thinking he's probably highly unlikely. But when you told me that, I was like, what? You gotta be kidding me. Seriously.
To be honest with you, when I see Pentagon Jr. on a normal basis at Lucha, he's usually jobbing somebody, but he ain't doing that this weekend, that weekend. We also have Drew Gulak, who's going to make his return to PWG. Angelico, he will be at Three Mendes. Him and also Jack Evans is also a part of Bola. Trent is back. Trent is back from Japan, about to hold it down. Andrew Everett. Here, another person that we didn't see coming. Phoenix from Lucha Underground AAA. Another shocker right there. When we saw that one, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he's okay because the last big AAA event, he sustained some kind of injury. He couldn't continue the match, and he had to be stretchered out. So I'm hoping. I'm assuming
he also got announced today for the King of Trios. I believe him, Drago, and Aerostar.
Well, not today. That's been out there. So I know. The good thing about these guys, you know, like I knew these guys for a while, and it just seems like since Lucha Underground got exposed all over the place, these guys been getting some looks. Like it just seems like people didn't care about Lucha Libre until Lucha Underground, and people got into it more. And I just feel like international wrestling, is showing interest into all the American fans,
Yeah. We also got Rich Swann, who's coming back.
Rich
Swann.
Please, again, please.
Drago, another Lucha Libre coming down. Matt Sydal, Aerostar, the best technical wrestler in the world. The best technical wrestler in the world is part of Bolo again. Zack Sabre Jr. And the last person, people, was a big shocker too. Drew Galloway makes his debut, PWG.
Another TNA guy. These TNA
and it's
guys.
Funny.
What?
It's funny. Me and Oscar talked to Brian Cage after the show, and I asked him, "Are you hyped? You know, to get all these guys from Lucha and AAA to PWG?" He was like, "Who do you think worked that out?" Brian Cage said he's the one that got these guys in. I'm pretty sure him and Ricochet both had something to do with it, and it's a good deal. You guys' thoughts? I'm gonna start with Tom first because I'm already knowing what Asha's thoughts is on this year's Bola. What's your thoughts, Tom?
I did not think after last year's Bola, I thought, man, that's going to be tough to top because last year's Bola was stacked. But somehow, some way, PWG once again has managed to outdo themselves. Holy shit, the amount of fucking talent in this tournament is unbelievable. I'm looking at the list, and there's not one guy in there that's not as talented as the others. Each guy is incredibly fucking talented. Like, there's nobody in there that's like, he's okay or mediocre or, he's not as good as the rest. Each guy is fucking awesome. It's incredible. It is going to be one hell of a tournament. I mean, it's crazy. It is absolutely nuts. There's no other way to put it. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be probably the best Bola of all time, which I said about last year, and I'm going to say about this year.
I have a question for both of you guys. I know it's early. If you guys had to pick somebody for early to like win, who do you guys think is winning this year's Bola?
I am going to say Trevor Lee. I think he's going to win it all.
I've heard Trevor Lee's name in the PWG line a lot too. There's one right there for Trevor Lee. What about you?
Actually, before Tom answers, I'd like to say I would love one of the Lucha guys to win it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, Trevor Lee was the first name that came to mind with me. I mean, I look at that and, there's a possibility that any of those guys can win it. Maybe take away Trent, because he's in Japan a lot. Zack Sabre Jr., same thing, even though he's been appearing more. Maybe same thing with Tommy End, but, I mean, Trevor Lee has got to be the favorite because we know what this guy has been doing. He's risen in PWG so quickly. I think he wins Bola. But like I said, the tournament is so stacked that we might pick Trevor Lee, but it can go any other way. That is how stacked this tournament is this year. It can go any way.
Yeah, it's funny as you said that, because I don't know. I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win it. I don't know. Even though we know he does progress and, he does know wrestling, but I feel like this year he's been getting booked in the States a lot, and I have a feeling like he's going to win. I don't know. That's just my pick right now. That's my real pick.
Yeah, but I have to say Trevor Lee because he's the one that's on fire. He's getting all the love to all the PWG fans. I think it makes more sense for him to win it all. I mean, what other names you're going to put out there? You can't put none of the Progress guys. You can't put Andrews because you never know if TNA could make them, stop going to PWG. I mean,
but there's going to be three guys. There's going to be a final three. Who's your final three?
I have to say, I don't think a new name going to be. No new names are going to be there. I would love to see like a guy like Marty Scurll or Phoenix and their last three, but I doubt it. But I'll say Trevor Lee. It's Ricochet. And damn, there was a good one. Shit. I guess Speedball Mike Bailey.
Speedball did have a hell of a match against Roderick Strong for that title too. Like, if I had to pick my final three, Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr. and Ricochet. That's my final three.
My final three, if I had to pick, it's going to be, like I said, it's probably going to change, but right now I'm thinking...
You might put a Lucha guy at the finals too.
Yeah, I'm thinking the finals are going to be Trevor Lee, Zack Sabre Jr., and Pentagon Jr.
Oh, man.
I think because, listen, you're bringing in these Lucha Underground guys, and first of all, they're going to want to, promote them as much as they can because obviously there's, positive communication between Lucha Underground and PWG now that they, there's definitely a working relationship between the two companies. So you'd have to imagine that Lucha Underground wants, PWG to show their stars, and people freaking love Pentagon Jr. I mean, probably out of all the Lucha Underground guys, he's probably everyone's favorite. It's
I'd say the package power driver returns to Reseda.
Yes.
And, see, that's what makes it more interesting, now that I think about it. Because who did Trevor Lee beat on his way out of PWG? Mr. Kevin Steen. And Trevor Lee has been trying to do the package power driver, but he hasn't been able to do it yet. So you get down to the final three there. Perfect opportunity for Trevor Lee to hit the package power driver finally, and he wins Bola. But I think if any of the Lucha Underground guys are going to make it to the finals, it's Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. But my birthday weekend, I'm pumped like a motherfucker. Shout out to Matt. I don't know if he's gonna call up or not, but shout out to him.
Well, tell Matt we're jealous. How the fuck did he interview Booker T?
Booker T was part of that fucking show of Destiny.
Damn.
Let's talk about Three Mendes. They did some announcements for that show. Just to let you guys know, unfortunately, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards will not be at Three Mendes. So
thank you, TNA.
I hope you guys know that, I don't know if we're going to talk about it tonight, but either tonight or Thursday, I'm going to go on another TNA rant. I hate to do it, but another TNA rant is incoming.
Well, Drew God and Martel did at Eyes of the Ring last night. So,
I've ranted on TNA for the past week, but I'll do it again because last night it was Slammiversary, and it was just laughable what happened during the show and after the show. But we're not talking about that.
Yeah, let's save that because I kind of want to mention something about TNA a little later on the show. Let's go down this card real quick. Team Tremendous returns to PWG as they go against the World's Cutest Tag Team.
Should be a fun match. I mean, you guys got to see Team Tremendous for the first time. They're on fire right now. You guys said you were impressed by them, which is good. Good to see them back. And, put them against the World's Cutest Tag Team should be a fun match. Bill Carr, if he gets his hands on Candice, she might die. He's a big guy, so.
Yeah, I know. I expect some con in this match. I guess Bill Carr tried to do something dumb to Candice or something like that. So I see some of the freaking laughter in this match. So it's gonna be a funny match. Maybe Carr will freaking suck on the lollipop.
Fuck the lollipop.
You're sucking it too one day, fucker.
She got me fucked up, bro.
Somehow, some way, you're doing it.
Yeah, right. Ricochet will be going one-on-one against Tozawa, and these guys are like already have history, so it's like these guys know each other well. So
yeah, that history and Dragon Gate Japan, they went at it a couple of times out there. So I'm assuming maybe Ricochet had to do something to bring in Akira Tozawa back to PWG. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. I mean, it's probably been a while since they'll had a match since Ricochet kind of falls out from the Dragon Gate Japan. So these guys they know each other well. So interesting to see how this match is going to go on.
Yeah, it should be a really good match. You know, these guys have a ton of chemistry. They're, of course, you know, really good friends, you know, best friends in real life. So they probably know each other in and out. So I won't expect anything less than a great match. It's going to be so awesome to see Tozawa back in PWG. The PWG crowd is going to go absolutely nuts because people have been waiting for Tozawa to come back for years now, and he's coming back. It's going to be a fun match.
And this match was already kind of booked already, or Conan basically said this was going to happen, and it happened. Angelico and Jack Evans will go against I don't know how many times they've won his damn titles, but they are tag team champions again. Young Bucks. The Bucks, baby, they're back. Did I fucking call it? Did I call it, Tom? I said they'd be at Mr. Vortex.
You called it, and you see, because a lot of us were like, wait a minute, Young Bucks are saying it's not going to happen, you know, they're not going to be back in PWG for a while, but we got swerved. We got completely fooled. They are back. It's going to be an absolute crazy match. I mean, Jack Evans and Angelico, they're both nuts on their own, and then you bring in the Young Bucks, who are absolutely
But they're
nuts.
also... Angelico and Jack Evans are also tag team in AAA, so they have chemistry too. So that's another thing. That's another twist for all those folks that don't know.
I'm going to call it right now. That's going to match of the night.
Of course.
Angelico and Jack Evans. They're going to do crazy ass shit. I mean, I've seen Angelico and Jack Evans tag team in AAA.
That's your main event too, since Roddy Strong will be there too.
I know, but that's crazy. You have Jack Evans, who haven't been in PWG for a while. Then you have Angelico debuting, and you're going to put in a main event spot against the Young Bucks? That's freaking interesting. You know, that shows you what kind of talents those guys have, you know. So it's going to be freaking amazing to see those two tag teams go at it. I mean, that's what I said when they announced Jack Evans and Angelico coming in July. I was thinking they got to put a match against the Young Bucks. It's a must. And look what happened. That's the first tag they put in. Yeah.
Crazy part is we want to thank Conan for basically telling us before the shit already happened. Before the shit was fucking announced. Shout out to you, Conan.
Something? Can I tell you guys something? I heard a rumor today that during Bola Week, Conan will be there, and some head official from AAA will be at PWG. That's what I'm hearing, the rumor.
All right. And also, there's another rumor out there. Since we're talking about rumors, there's another rumor Brian Cage told us there's a possible chance Lucha Underground could be running shows the same weekend as Bola.
Yeah. That could be a very possibility. So, interesting to see how the heck they're going to work things out, because the Lucha Underground Temple and Reseda, where the American Legion Hall, it's like, the problem is that the 101 freeway, it could get packed because, you know, it's Hollywood, and the weekend, anything can happen over there in the weekend. Like, there's a lot of places to go around that area. There's Hollywood right there, and Hollywood has a lot of clubs, bars, and all that stuff. So that's the only way I could think of how would they get to Reseda from the temple, is they have to go through the 101, and that's going to be a lot of traffic. So I could see most of the Lucha guys doing Friday show, but Saturday and Sunday.
That's what Cage told us. He said majority of guys for Lucha be doing Friday, if anything.
The night one, yeah, because, you know, Lucha Underground ain't doing anything on Friday, I think they're probably barely getting into town, and they probably do some work. But Saturday and Sunday, it's probably going to be rough because that freeway might be packed due to the fact it's the weekend and people want to go party in Hollywood and stuff, and PWG's over there too. So, and you see how they're going to work out. You know me, Friday night is tough for me to go to PWG because I got to go through all that traffic. The 405 is the same way. There's people trying to go to Santa Monica or Hollywood as well, and I had to get through all that traffic because I had to work on Friday. So that's one of the reasons why I hate PWG running shows on Fridays, because it's a bitch for me to get there. But yeah, we'll just see what's going on, see what happens. And going back to Conan and the top AAA person that he's bringing in, is it possible they could be scouting more talent for future Lucha Underground shows in the future? Maybe they'll want to look at other talent.
Maybe how they came and scouted that one time, and now we see Ricochet as Prince Puma. Maybe something like that, or maybe a Brian Cage. How Brian Cage is now as Cage, and he's Brian Cage over at AAA. Maybe got some American guys to wrestle in AAA. That's a possibility too.
That could be another way. Yeah, because right now I see in AAA they are waving the American flag all around like a heelish way, like kind of like how Rusev waved the Rusev flag in WWE. I see them doing that. Maybe they'll try to do an American invasion in AAA, but who knows? You have Takano waving the flag, which I think he's one of the top heels in AAA, waving the American flag, and that could be meaning something. So
yeah.
I think Skits is Skits just fucked up, but I guess what we were trying to do is
I'm right here, dude. I'm right here.
All right.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying, like, we could go down this mystery Vortex card. So let's go ahead and do this, because that night was nuts. It was crazy. Some shit was unexpected that night. And hell of a night. Probably ever since I've been going, maybe my top memory so far of attending PWG. So we start off PWG with a matchup that's been booked around the world already. Johnny Gargano against Project Ciampa. It was like one of those matches to warm up the crowd. What were your thoughts about the matchup, Oscar?
It started off it was whatever to me. It was not one of the best matches. When I saw that, I was like, okay, let's see what they could do together. And I think towards the ending of the match, that's when it got interesting towards the end of the match. And I'm surprisingly they gave Ciampa the win. I thought Gargano would be probably winning that match, but they gave it to Ciampa. That's really surprising right there. And yes, he came out with the Dr. Doom thing again.
Yeah, that's like his thing. I know we've been talking about Progress Wrestling. Like when I was watching him at Progress, he came down with that too. I think that's like his new little thing, that he's gonna come out with now. I think a part of his gimmick, I guess. But since we're talking about Project Ciampa, news for him, folks. If you didn't know, he joined the Force, so he's part of the Force now. For those that don't know, so look like the Force is really getting big, huh? But let's go to the next match. We have Monster Mafia go against Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae. This match was it was like one of those. It was a fast-paced type of tag team match. It was obvious that we all knew that Candice and Joey were gonna win. Monster Mafia was super over from the get-go. Thank you, Josh Chance, before the match started. And it was a crazy spot that was done in the corner. Candice LeRae did to Josh, and I didn't think Josh would take that bump, with his injury right now. But fuck, he's a tough son of a bitch, and he definitely took it. But of course, like I said, Joey and Candice got the win, and after the match, there's still more "Thank you, Josh" chants from the crowd, and once Joey and Candice left the ring, it was just Ethan and Josh, and of course Ethan Page basically turned his back on his boy and was left in the ring, and the fans booed him out basically. It's funny because I was talking to my boy Mark, shout out to Mark, and Mark said Page is about to drop him, and that's what happened. He fucking called it, which was crazy. Question is, did you see that coming, Oscar?
In a way, yeah. I mean, we all know this was Josh Alexander's last show in PWG. I mean, you gotta look at Ethan Page as his wrestling character. He's a total dick. You have to do something, and he's getting some heat in PWG. He seems like every time a celebrity's there, he's always fucking with them. And like he told the MMA fighters, MMA sucks. He said something to Sofia Vergara. I can't remember what he said about like, come home with me or some shit. I forgot. But yeah, every time that a celebrity's gonna come down,
her husband there.
Ethan Page.
I said with her husband there too.
Yeah, well, a boyfriend or whatever. But so like I said, he's gonna be doing something. Any celebrity out there, he's gonna be fucking around. So anybody in the Hollywood world want to come to PWG, you be prepared because Ethan Page will say something to you. And oh yeah, he likes to show his bare ass around. So that's what he likes to do. And yeah, but going back to him being Josh, back to me, Josh. Yeah, I think big things are coming for Ethan Page and PWG. I'm not saying he's gonna join that team we can talk about in a bit, but I can see big things coming for Ethan Page. But you know what sucks though about Josh Alexander retiring? He could probably be in a top 10 wrestling heads of top 2015. He could be in the top 10. He could have, but fortunately, he just went in his career in July because he was having a great year. He was, but he decides to retire in July.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the next matchup. We had Tim Thatcher come out of nowhere. His music hit. A lot of folks didn't know who he was unless you're like a real Tim Thatcher fan. It was Tim Thatcher coming down. Fans was basically, fans went nuts. And me and some of the guys where I was, the section where I was sitting, we were like, who's he gonna face? Hero? And we forgot all about Biff. And then Biff came down. It was a very technical matchup. I know these guys, they have wars all the time on Evolve Wrestling. So it was good to see Tim basically square up in the ring with somebody that he's familiar with. And I thought it was a good technical matchup, A lot of folks are not really into technical matches because it's like very slow. But me, myself, I'm a big fan of technical wrestling. And I thought it was a good match. And a great way for Tim to basically introduce himself to the PWG fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tom called it. He was coming to PWG, and earlier than we thought, and he just showed up. And, I knew when he came in, he was going to he's going to like the crowd. So, great to see him on PWG. He deserves it. He deserves to be on. He deserves to be a regular in PWG. Great to see him, great to see him and see what he does in the future in PWG. So, it's happy to see him, in PWG, like I said. And let's just see, maybe him and Gulak could be a tag team in PWG. I'd like to see that.
Well, Drew, is partners with Biff. So that's crazy. So I don't know. It's gonna be weird to see who tags with who, because majority at Biff and Drew tag up at some indie promotions, and I only know one indie promotion that Tim and Drew tag up, and that's Championship Wrestling Hollywood. But we'll see what happens with Tim. But after the match, fans basically applaud. After the match, please come back chants, and some folks was like, he's coming back, you idiots. Yeah. But let's go to the next match. Roddy Strong came down, cutting a promo, basically did an open challenge to anybody in the back. And man that answered this, I was shocked. I'm not sure how you felt about the Oscar, but I was shocked when this man answered. It was my man Speedball Bailey. Shout out to Speedball Bailey. Basically came down, and it was a PWG title matchup. He got a PWG title shot. Speedball Bailey versus Roderick Strong, and it was one hell of a match, dude. I've been saying this. Roderick Strong's been killing the game, and a lot of folks here on the show was doubting that Roderick Strong was gonna lose, was gonna have the title still, and they said that he was gonna lose the title by the end of that night. I don't know, just something. I just think it wouldn't make no sense if Roddy would have lost the title. I know he's missing one show, but Roddy Strong's super on fire right now, and him and Speedball Bailey, like, that's probably the match of the night in my eyes. So for those that need to buy that DVD, that's one match you need to watch. Roddy Strong is definitely on his game right now, and Speedball Bailey's definitely probably the breakout wrestler of the year so far in my eyes, I say. Your thoughts on the match, and if you want to talk about the matchup, Tom, go for it.
Okay, let me just say I was shocked it was Mike Bailey, because the way Roderick Strong came out, almost like he did open challenge. I was thinking, and then I was thinking his future with PWG, because Ring of Honor and all that stuff that's coming up. I was thinking he might drop the title to whoever about to come out. So I was thinking, who could it be? Could it be a Trevor Lee? Could it be a former champ like Chris Hero? I mean, I was expecting someone who could probably take the title from him. But then all of a sudden it was Mike Bailey, and I was thinking, I don't think they're going to get the title to Mike Bailey. I mean, interesting to see what happens. And it was a good match. It was a really, really good match. And you got to give it to Mike Bailey. Ever since he debuted in PWG, he's been in some
great matches.
Yeah, great matches in PWG, and he's been killing it out there. So, I mean, he's hopefully down the road, maybe in a year from now, we could talk to him about, or we could all be talking about saying he deserves to be in a title contender. So we'll see what happens. I want to hear from Tom what he thinks about Roderick Strong moving forward as PWG champion.
First of all, I was shocked that Mike Bailey answered the call, because I had predicted that it was going to be Roddy versus Candice, because it was going to continue, the whole storyline between that. Maybe that's going to continue in the upcoming months. But I was very surprised to see Mike Bailey get a shot already at the PWG World title. Not to say that he doesn't deserve it, because he has been absolutely fucking killing it everywhere in the Indies. So I just thought maybe it was too quick to give him a title shot, but it's PWG. Who gives a fuck? So I was surprised for that. Also surprised Roddy won. From what I've heard from everybody, it was a great match. And just really surprised with Roddy going forward as champ. It's definitely going to make it so the person that takes the title off of him, it's going to be a big deal.
Man, like I said, my boy Roddy Strong's killing the game. It'll be stupid for him to lose the title. That's just me. But next match, you have Little Big Man against the Big Man. John Silver and Brian Cage. Shout out to both those dudes. These guys went at it. To be honest with you, I kind of miss most match because somebody fucked up the bathroom at PWG, so I had to go to the bathroom across the street at Pep Boys. So shout out to that person for letting me fuck up and miss the match. But you want to talk about this match?
I didn't even notice you left the damn during that match, but oh well. But anyways, yeah, some idiot fucked up the bathroom and PWG, so we could talk about that some other time. But yeah, it was you could see a powerhouse match between the both. A lot of strength, power moves. Even John Silver's a small guy, but he's really strong. You know, he's not a strong. I mean, he's not a tall guy, but if you're expecting a muscle versus muscle match, this is what match you got, and yeah, that's what it is. I mean, John Silver did pull out great out there in PWG, but unfortunately Brian Cage won it, and for sure Brian Cage will be in the top 100 somehow, some way, because he's killing the PWG and AAA as well. So yeah, Brian Cage, maybe he'll stick around the title contending. Was a good win for him.
Yeah, definitely. B. Cage. I'm pretty sure we all saw him, getting his W over John Silver, who usually tags up with his tag team partner, Alex Rollins, but he was actually on vacation, so he did not get booked, obviously. Next matchup. Now, this match was a hell of a match, too. Chris Hero versus Zack Sabre Jr. What all I have to say is Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler in the fucking world. If anybody disagrees with me, you can call up right now and you can tell me who is and why Zack Sabre Jr. is not at 347-945-5566. But wow, dude. Like when he fucking kicked Chris Hero, when he basically stumped his fucking fingers, wow, you could just hear Chris Hero screaming, and he just started bleeding. But of course, Zack Sabre Jr. flying down from the UK area. I'm pretty sure we all saw Zack getting his W, and Chris Hero tapped out.
Yeah, it was freaking disgusting what happened to Chris Hero's finger. Chris Hero's finger was all over social media. I think Tom actually saw pictures of what happened to his finger, but there's a lot of blood going out. I mean, there's blood stain on Zack Sabre's body, you can see, and there's blood all over the ring. I mean, that had to be nasty, and I feel bad for Chris Hero. So Hero, yeah, I know thank God you're not in high school anymore, because those fingers are not, there's no point in using those fingers. If you know what I'm talking about.
Wow. This guy. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I would love to see Zack Sabre Jr. and Chris Hero go at it again. To be honest with you, I don't know how you feel about it, but also next matchup, we had the tag team champions enter the ring. You had Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett come out. North Carolina, North Fraser, took your shirt off, spin it right here. Everybody was actually going crazy when they came out too, because that song is very catchy. But they basically kind of did what Roddy Strong did and said, basically, they said they said Mystery Vortex was a big deal to me and Andrew Everett, because that's what Trevor Lee said, because we made our debut at Mystery Vortex too. So what we're gonna do, since we're the only guys left, we're just gonna have a one-on-one matchup. And basically, there was we know there's a lot of good tag teams out there, but there's none today. And all of a sudden, you hear people saying "Young Bucks, Young Bucks," and then nothing really happened. So they were gonna basically start their match, and then all of a sudden, you hear whoa, hold up. It was Matt Jackson on the mic, and, you know, Matt Jackson and Nick was basically like, you miss us? We've been all around the world, winning championships, feeding our families and stuff. You know how the Bucks are. But I fucking called it. My boys are back. The Young Bucks, the best tag team in the whole entire world. Them against Everett and Lee was nuts. But it's crazy because when Matt Jackson and Nick were talking, Suicide Dies by Trevor Lee and fucking and Everett just got the shit started. Shit was nuts, man. All I have to say, those four basically killed it. And my boy Jackson actually wrestled in some fucking Kobe's. Somebody forgot his boots at home, I guess. But it was one good match. And it's crazy because Rick Knox got involved, and my boy Nick Jackson super kicked him in the face. So that's when Roddy Strong came down to help. Nick Jackson was looking at Roddy like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And basically, they get the 1, 2, 3 when another ref comes out to help. And the lights blink when they're beating the shit out of Trevor Lee and shit.
Get your phone one out again? I guess it did. What Skip's trying to say here was the lights were flickering during the time of the attack. Skip, you there?
Yeah.
What's wrong
basically,
with you, man?
No, my bad. I wasn't moving the fucking mic. If I don't move the mic on the fucking Xbox, it'll just fucking turn my mic off. You know how the Xbox works. But basically, the lights went out and they came back on, and it was Super Dragon. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, rumor started from Mr. Deshaun 2 cents. He heard that Super Dragon was coming out. I think Tom on Thursday was like shitting on him, like, yeah, right, get the fuck out of here. Well, Super Dragon came out, and I think
Super Dragon. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You know, it's an epic moment when people are on Twitter, like, watching the results that you guys were, like, posting up, and then you guys post a picture of Super Dragons there, and people are losing their goddamn minds. I can remember when Super Dragon came back in 2011, people were fucking losing their minds, and even now, I mean, like I said, Super Dragon, he's just like a legend in his own, so... Holy shit, it's true.
Peep this out, though. Like, everybody thought Super Dragon was there to help out Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, but he takes off his shirt, and it's a photo on his shirt of him, the Bucks, and Roderick Strong. And what happens? They hug each other. They basically did what Kevin Steen, Adam Cole, and the Bucks did, and I have to say, me and Oscar were there to see both Mount Rushmores basically start. So it was nice to see fucking Super Dragon actually beat the shit out of these run-ins, who I'm about to name. And Joey Rick Ryan. Rick Knox too. Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, and Biff. They did a face-off. Man, all I have to say, I'm calling it right now, Biff Busick versus Super Dragon at 3 minutes. It has to happen.
It has to happen, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to see Super Dragon back in the ring. Holy shit.
Didn't they beat up Excalibur, too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they beat up Excalibur, too. And guess who was calling it? Guess who was calling this the whole time?
I wish Excalibur could still wrestle, like, a couple more times. That would be... Imagine seeing, like, an Excalibur versus Super Dragon match one more time. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
My God, yeah. Mount Rushmore 2.0 is here. Holy shit, this is fucking nuts because nobody saw this coming. Fucking nobody. And that's what's great is when you can keep a secret in wrestling, and when you keep a secret as good as this, it pays off. Nobody fucking saw this coming. it's great stuff. The funniest thing, and you guys can talk more about it since you guys were there. After the whole beatdown was done, the Young Bucks and Roddy, they get all the packages of the T-shirts, and they start opening them up, and people are just handing out $20 bills. Like,
actually,
so
this what really happened. This is what really happened. Super Dragon put the T-shirts on the fucking ropes. He put them on the ropes so everybody could see them, and then I don't know where the box came. I don't know where the box came from, but the box came from, I think Super Dragon brought him in and said, "Here, start selling," basically, and he left the ring. That's what happened, and yeah, like everybody just had their 20s up, like, here, take our fucking money. Like, I even have one. I have a shirt.
I just thought that was so great that while all the rest of the guys that got the beat down are laying in the middle of the ring, the Young Bucks and Roderick Strong are just selling fucking T-shirts. It's typical Young Bucks. Like, that's so fucking great. So great.
Shout out to Wale putting over. I want to say shout out to Wale real quick. He just put over my boy Kevin Owens one time.
Yeah. And shout out to Kevin Owens. He just tweeted something, like, during the show. He said, I have a feeling something special is going to happen in Reseda. And then, bam, it was Rushmore 2. Adam Cole tweeted the next day. He said, what I'm hearing will happen to Reseda put a smile on my face. So, that's freaking amazing. And, Tom, get ready for Super Dragon. He's going back. He's getting back in the ring, buddy.
It's great. It's great. I mean, I go back and I watch a lot of the early PWG stuff, and Super Dragon, he was nuts. He was out of his ever-loving mind. Like,
it's funny that you mentioned Super Dragon right now, because I think I have a DVD of Super Dragon versus CM Punk at a PWG.
Yeah, I actually have the compilation DVD that PWG released last year, Super Dragon Destruction. I haven't gotten a chance to check out all his matches, but I mean, some of the most memorable matches in PWG history are because of Super Dragon, and PWG happened because of Super Dragon. He's the godfather of the whole thing. So hopefully, I'm hoping and praying he does not get injured, so quickly. I don't want to see him injured at all. So hopefully, however long his run is, he's injury free.
Man, all I have to say is it was a great night, and I'm looking forward to the next PWG show and my birthday weekend in Bola. It's going to be crazy. Let's talk about some Monday Night Raw real quick. Let's go. We have to talk a little quick.
Let's talking about PWG all night.
Hold on. Before we go on Raw, can I say something about PWG? I just want to do something for a friend of ours, kids. You remember Natty, Matt's girlfriend? You remember her, right? She wants to see Matt Cross in PWG. For anybody who's listening out there, if you want to see Matt Cross in PWG, hit them up and bug the shit out of them. Even you, Tom, bug the shit. Because my friend, Natty, she used to go to Lucha Underground, but she got banned because supposedly her boyfriend tweeted out, he posted a photo on Instagram, which it was not even his account, but the Lucha people claiming that was him, and he's saying that he doesn't have an Instagram, whatever, and then he got kicked out and banned from there, and she's also banned as well, and that was the only time before she could watch Matt Cross was on Lucha Underground. Now she just hit me up on Facebook and showed me a tweet that Matt Cross is interested to work at PWG. So anybody's listening, buff the shit the PWG account and say we want Matt Cross. I just want to put that for my friend out there. So Tom, you do the same shit. You want to see Matt Cross in PWG. I'm sure you guys want to see Matt Cross there. So just put it out there, people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's live.
But I want me in PWG. I want to get myself out there to SoCal before anybody else.
But the thing is, Matt Cross is more important than you. So let's bring Matt Cross.
That sounds very nice.
You know what?
Come on.
Did you mention Matt Cross? I want to play a Matt Cross soundbite, but it's not our soundbite since you mentioned Matt Cross. We'll be right back.
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, international superstar. I won a belt yesterday in New York. I won a belt last week in Qatar. I just won the Lucha Underground Trios Championship. That's what you call sports on a roll. And you are listening to Weekly Wrestling Podcast.
This is Josh Alexander
and Ethan Page.
We are the Monster Mafia.
And you're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
This is the Juice JT Dunn, and you're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Hero, and you are listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
All you have to do is believe!
Welcome back.
It's possible to get a Roderick Strong style bike.
That's going to be the hardest thing. Let's ask Roderick Strong to start coming out that damn locker, and maybe. Monday Night Raw was not the biggest. It was okay, but it was a funny segment in the beginning, I would say, with Seth Rollins basically kissing up to the Authority. Basically giving watches to J&J and giving them a brand new car, giving Kane a fucking a vacation to Hawaii. I thought it was funny because we never see segments like that with Seth Rollins. Usually when we see segments with Seth Rollins, they're more serious. But I thought it was funny. It brought a new type of character into him.
All right. Yeah, never seen something like that for Seth Rollins, but it was crazy. Great to see J.J. get a new car. I mean, at first I thought that chick was Mick Foley's daughter, but it wasn't her because this chick had a fucking pointy nose. But yeah, it was a great segment to start off. Kane going to Hawaii. I mean, I wish Kane could listen to this. I advise you to chill there. It's nice out there, but
and never come back again.
Back again. Or just get eaten by those baby sharks near the water. You better be careful of that. But, yeah. And, it was a funny, great segment how to start off Raw. And, yeah, it was, I thought later on we'll see some craziness like, okay, it was fake, but, oh well. It was a funny segment.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright, a little funny, but I say it week after week, I'm so sick of promos starting off Raw. Like, it's becoming a pain in my ass to have to watch these 15, 20-minute promos every single week on Raw. It's getting a little ridiculous, you know? Just start off one Raw with a match. That's all you have to do. Just one Raw.
Yeah,
I get you. I definitely get you.
Hey, don't forget about the Apple Watches.
Yeah, I mentioned the watches.
Yeah, I don't see myself buying one though.
Let's go ahead and now, I don't know what the fuck WWE's thinking, but Big Show versus Mark Henry again. The question is, who's the heel, who's the face? I'm glad that match was, done quick. It was a quick finish. Big Show got the win. I really didn't watch the match because it was a Big Show match, so I took my ass to the bathroom. Don't have time for bumps.
It looks like Mark Henry's turning face because they had a little thing going on. I think it was last week when Mark Henry lost to Ryback, and that's basically what this match was about. Mark Henry pretty much got to try and get his revenge on the Big Show, but yeah, unfortunately, it was a boring match.
I skipped watching this match, muted my TV. I muted this match and the Ryback Miz match. So fucking boring. Just like an utter waste of time. I don't want to see the Big Show versus Mark Henry That's boring as hell. I don't want to see Ryback versus Miz. That's boring as hell. The Intercontinental Championship match in Battleground, Ryback, Miz, and Big Show, that's going to be boring as hell. Just an overall, boring feud for the Intercontinental title right now. And such a steep drop from when Daniel Bryan won it at WrestleMania, and now we're reduced to this feud. Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think nobody cares about Ryback versus Miz. It was like a waste of time. Winner by via countout, Ryback. You know, I always argue with some guys on Xbox about Ryback. I really don't see nothing good about Ryback whatsoever. I don't think he's entertaining or nothing. But that's another day for me to rant on. But Ryback got the win via countout. The next match, Paige versus Alicia Fox. A very botchy matchup, but Paige ended up getting the win.
Yeah, I gotta say something about this feud going on. We all were talking possibly Charlotte and Sasha Banks coming in, but the way it looks like
definitely not Sasha
or whatever, or Charlotte coming in, I see none of those NXT girls coming in. I see somehow Naomi and Tamina Snuka somehow joining the alliance with Paige to go against the Bellas and Alicia Fox. That's what I see. I mean, on SmackDown, I forget it was Nikki or Brie had a match with Naomi, and something happened that match, and Naomi didn't like it, and there's Tamina there, so I got a feeling Naomi and Tamina is gonna join forces with Paige against the Bellas and Alicia Fox for Battleground. That's what it looks like from a Diva match or some shit.
Who cares? Divas are so boring. I mean, the match between Paige and Alicia Fox was it was pretty good tonight, and they got some time, but just I mean, it's just become to the point where it's just like, and who even cares about what's going on with the Divas division, because it's just been so boring and lackluster for a while now.
For some reason, I'm excited for Total Divas because I want to see all the Eva Marie stuff going on when she was training at the Santino's Academy. I want to see if there's Eli Everfly on the show or Chaos. Maybe even a Race to see if they're all going to be in the show. That's the only thing I'm interested in right now in the Divas division.
I'm going to go, when we're in the middle of Raw, I want to give a quick happy birthday to our friend Pika Sue. Shout out to Sue Young. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one, and hope we wish you a bolo weekend.
I'm going to keep that to her right now.
Let's go ahead and move on. Now we can talk some fucking wrestling. For United States Championship, you had John Cena versus Cesaro with Kevin Owens on commentary. And for all those independent fans know, Kevin Owens is gold on commentary when he does the independent commentary matches. Cesaro and John Cena killed it. I gotta give it to them. What a matchup, dude. Straight up.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably the best thing of Raw tonight. That match, it was amazing. They killed it again. They remember they had a match a year ago or two. They killed it. They did it again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cesaro looked so strong in this matchup, and I expected Cena to go over clean. So I was really surprised when it looked like Cesaro was going to win with the sharpshooter, which, he's doing kind of in tribute to Tyson Kidd, who is out, of course, for 14 months. He just got neck surgery. I don't know if you guys saw the picture on Twitter of that nasty scar he's got, but, best wishes to Tyson Kidd. So Kevin Owens, it looked like Cesaro was going to win, and Kevin Owens broke it up because Cesaro was going to win the title, and Owens wanted to take the title off Cena. So I liked that, and I very rarely like disqualifications, but it made sense. It made Cesaro look like a legitimate contender. It didn't make him look weak. He didn't get pinned in the middle of the ring. It looked like he had an actual shot to pin John Cena and make him submit, whichever one. So I liked it, and Kevin Owens was great on commentary. I mean, we all know this because we've heard him.
Did you hear when he was like, "Oh, it looks like John Cena's been watching some old matches. We needed the Sunset Powerbomb."
Yeah, that was just great, and he was. I love when he was just like he was telling Byron Saxton, he was like, "Byron, if you would shut up and watch the match." I was dying. He was like, "Do you have a John Cena shirt on?" Yeah, he was great. He was gold on commentary. This was the highlight of Raw. This match and Kevin Owens on commentary. Great stuff here. Definitely highlighted the show.
If Kevin Owens just decided to retire, just put him in a commentary booth. It's a job opening for him right there. So whenever Kevin Owens decided to retire, there you go. I mean, he will do great in commentary the rest of his career. And going back to Cesaro, he was trending like a motherfucker on Twitter. So WWE, if you don't see anything on Cesaro, well, fans are putting it out there. And you guys keep saying he lacks charisma, all this shit. Well, that's something like, I don't know if we all care. Like, we all care about his charisma. I mean, seriously. But he's trending worldwide on Twitter, and he still is. He's still the top 10 trend right now, so. Yeah, I put out there.
I mean, Cesaro is amazing, bro. He's fucking amazing, dude. Like, and WWE needs to start booking this dude on a regular basis. But how this match ended, Kevin Owens basically came in and attacked Cesaro when he had the sharpshooter on Cena, and just attacked him. And I think he popped a powerbomb both those guys.
Yeah, both of them.
So we gotta have a Cesaro Kevin Owens match again. They already wrestled once this year. Have them probably wrestle twice, maybe. I say have them wrestle twice. Have them wrestle on
how about feud
on
U.S. title?
Maybe after he's done with Cena. But it was definitely one hell of a match. Match of the night, hands down.
Yep.
Was. Also on Raw, you had Lucha Dragons Lucha Dragons and the part-time players go against the New Day and Bo Dallas. That's kind of like a new stable right there. Bo Dallas is, let's call it Bo Day.
Oh,
Bo Day.
God.
But Lucha Dragons, I had to say something about this, but a friend of ours from the Wrestling Guest Store, I don't know why he thought WWE wasn't booking Lucha Dragons because of Lucha Underground. I don't think they're thinking about Lucha Underground, to be honest with you. No disrespect to Lucha Underground, but Lucha Dragons have been on Raw and SmackDown for the last couple of weeks, so come on, bro. Why would you think something like that? I'm just saying.
Well,
David.
maybe because like they haven't been on Raw or SmackDown lately, only on Superstars the last month or so. So
you gotta work their way up like everybody else.
Yeah, because we haven't heard nothing from him since Chamber, and then ever since then we haven't heard nothing about the Lucha Dragons. So yeah, I mean you got to put him in there. It's funny. He tweeted me the last thing he says. Oh yeah, they brought him back because all their tag teams are injured. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, though. Lucha Dragons are fucking good, so they deserve to be on TV. But, plus they're over, regardless. Lucha champs are over. Doesn't matter what promotion. What's your thoughts on that comment, Tom?
It's interesting because I was surprised to see Lucha Dragons back on Raw tonight. And I thought the 8-man tag, it was pretty good. I love Bo Dallas in the New Day. It's fucking hilarious, and he fits in there so well, and it kind of just adds a little bit more dynamic to the group. So that was good. I don't know, though. You know, like I said, I don't know what they hyped up Lucha Dragon for a while, and then they kind of, forgot about him and just put him on main event superstars. And I was wondering about that because they had a lot of momentum going forward. So I was like, well, why would you do that and then, just take them off TV? But, I don't know if they're going to keep pushing the Lucha Dragons, what's going to go on with them, how do they fit into the title scene. But it's good stuff in the tag division right now. I can definitely say better than what's been happening the last couple of years, even though the tag division's still, not where it should be. There should be a lot more tag teams in there, and they should definitely build up that division more. It's fine for now.
Yeah. Another matchup that happened, Sheamus versus Neville. Of course, they're gonna have Sheamus, be on top right now, getting wins because he won the Money in the Bank. Kind of sucks to have Neville get the loss though, but congratulations to him on getting married too this past weekend.
Yeah, I saw it all over Twitter and some things. So congrats to Neville. He seemed, I said it a while ago. I was afraid he was kind of going to get stuck in kind of in the middle of the shuffle and not really find his place yet. But they seem to be hyping up the guy a lot. Kind of using him as, I don't want to say a special attraction, but they definitely, hype him up as, this big high-flying superstar. So I guess that's good. And, I'd expect him to beat Sheamus because Sheamus is Mr. Money in the Bank. So, but it was still a decent match, nothing out of the ordinary for those two.
Definitely. Jack Swagger returned to fucking TV. Where is the motherfucker? This motherfucker actually said he's considering leaving the WWE, and he got booked tonight against King Barrett, but got the is heat on him is the question.
There's heat on him. I mean, I heard the reports that he might be leaving.
He's considering leaving. That's the word.
Well, I don't know why is he considering. I don't know. I mean,
maybe because he's not getting booked on TV, like he used to. After they broke up him and Cesaro, Swagger hasn't been the same.
Yeah, true, and the culture not around either that much. It hasn't been the same,
Yeah, I was kind of laughing when I saw Jack Swagger on TV, and it was funny because it kind of said something on Twitter or something, and I said he just doesn't look happy. He just has this pissed off look on his face, he's miserable there, and he wants to get the fuck out. So he's probably going to be gone soon. I mean, WWE hasn't been doing anything with him anyway, so might as well, cut your losses, and I'm sure Jack Swagger could get some stuff on the Indies, no problem. Go over to Europe, no problem. Maybe even Japan, who knows?
Yeah. I don't know about Swagger going to Japan, but this is me. What about this segment with Summer Rae and Lana? Will they be facing each other after Summer Rae slapping Lana?
Well, when after Summer Rae slaps Lana attacked her, and I was thinking, oh shit! And now it's I for some reason I thought we'd see some skirts coming off for some reason, but in these days WWE that's never gonna happen. But
To me, it looked like Lana had some granny panties on.
Wow.
I mean, I missed this segment. So I had to go to the bathroom.
I missed it too, but I just saw it on Facebook. I just watched it.
I missed it. I couldn't fucking care less about this whole thing. Do I give a shit about Summer Rae versus Lana? Fucking no. Do I give a shit about Summer Rae and Dolph Ziggler fucking each other? No. It's just a silly fucking storyline going on.
Yeah. Next up, we got Reigns and Ambrose versus Seth Rollins and Kane. Talk to us about this matchup, Oscar.
Yeah, that was the main event. No disqualification. It was it turned out right. Then you had Bray Wyatt coming out interfering. Then you had him attacking Roman Reigns. Basically, it was an authority night. They ruled the whole show pretty much. Things went well for authority. And this feud team, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, is going to continue on. Disappointed. Like, I feel like it didn't go further. Like, you mess around with his daughter and all this stuff. I thought we'll see some more improvement from the storyline. Like, will he bring the daughter out or what? But just basically in this episode of Raw, he just pretty much came out and just attacked Roman. I just thought we'd see more drama into this feud, but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Looked like we had to, I know there was a promo cut by Bray. Maybe we have to watch SmackDown to see what goes on now. So, folks that watch SmackDown, we'll see what happens next with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. WWE is actually coming to Los Angeles soon for a house show. And matches that I've already seen advertised. You got Kevin Owens going against John Cena. You also got Randy Orton going against Sheamus. That's the only matches I've seen booked for that week, or that, I think it's a weekend, Saturday, right? Yeah, it's a day after PWG.
Yeah, day after PWG, and it's going to hit with AWS in July.
Yeah, so folks, it's in the LA area. That's going to happen. So you want to see Kevin Owens and John Cena? That's the place to go to, and I'm pretty sure they're going to steal the show.
Yeah.
But what else we got? I plan on buying a Suplex City T-shirt, Los Angeles. That'd be dope. Or maybe I just go to Wrestling Guy store and buy one. Fuck it. I think we'll be back Thursday. We'll talk some more wrestling talk. We got some TNA talk, King of the Mountain. Talk about a little King of the Mountain, and some more wrestling talk, basically. Pure wrestling talk, you know we get down. But let's go ahead and throw out some Twitters. I'm at WH Skits. You can follow me on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have T-shirts. We have them for sale for $20. We have them on us, and if you don't see us at any shows, you can buy them on ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingHeads, or you can also hit up our YouTube, listen to some of our old shows, with past guests like Michael Welgan, past guests like PP Pretty Peter Avalon, a lot of guests that we had in the past also, like Adam Cole, Josh Alexander, Ethan Page. You can also find those on our old Blog Talk Radio page, blogtalkradio.com/WrestlingHeads. Follow us on Twitter at WrestlingHeads. And I think that's all we got that I can think of right now.
All right. You can follow me at Sinister632 on Instagram and Twitter. Go to WrestlingHeads.com. Check out our news and other blogs out there. Might do my classic match this week because the last 2 weeks I've been busy, so I'll probably do one this week. Friday, anybody's listening, if you want a Wrestling Head shirt, get up the Santino show on Friday. I'm going to go there and give one to Eli Everfly and Ruby Reyes. So go to Santino's if you want a Wrestling Head shirt because, it seems like everybody wants to buy one. I'm sure Brian Cage is walking around with a Wrestling Head shirt in his house. Probably works out with it.
Shout out to Zack Sabre Jr. too for sending us that photo of him wearing the T-shirt, and shout out to John Silver too for taking a photo with us, and for all those other folks that were supposed to give T-shirts to, like Candice LeRae, Chris Hero. We haven't forgot about you guys. We got you guys. Shout out to Monster Mafia. They have T-shirts too. That's about it. Go ahead, Tom. Throw your plug out, bro.
Yep, you can follow me on Twitter at @2tweetme. That is my personal account, so make sure you follow me there. Make sure you guys are listening to everyone on the Elite Podcast Network tomorrow, Wednesday, technically today in the East Coast, but Tuesday and Wednesday, Indie Power Rankings. Thursday, of course, got the second edition of WHRADIO, of course, each and every week. Uncle Mike and Tom show should be released that day as well. Friday, there may be a Wrestle Chat. Me and Matt, not sure if we're going to do one, but make sure you're following the Elite Podcast Network Twitter account at Elite Podcast Net to keep up with anything that's going on. And, of course, Sundays, last night, Eyes on the Ring, always an entertaining experience with True God, Nathan on there, everybody on there. For all you people bored on a Sunday night or
shout out
ready
to the
for
whole
work.
EPM family, period.
Shout out to everybody.
We're going to be deep at Bola. It's going to be me, Oscar, Matt, Tom from the Uncle Mike and Tom show. It's going down.
Yeah.
Podcast
I'm like I said, I'm trying so hard to get out there. You guys have no fucking idea the shit I'm going through to try and get out to California, but of course I'm going to keep you guys updated on that.
Tom, I have a question for you, Tom, before we go off air, bro.
What's going on?
Is he going to rack him?
Oh my God.
That is great.
I know earlier I said about Lucha Underground invading, so I just want to say to all the people who are regulars in Lucha Underground, I just want to say, just don't disrespect the PWG place. Because we don't want to start no Lucha chant or whatever, because if that happens, you're going to get booed. Ask the CCW regulars last year in Bola.
Well, that's it for now. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to be on this Thursday show due to work. So, but I'll probably call in on break. So, until then, I'm Skid. That's Tom.
Before we go out, I want to give a shout out to our SoCal wrestler, Sage Shin. She was at IWA Mid-South over there in Indiana. I heard she killed it out there. So I'm going to give a shout out to her. Sage Shin.
Shout out to Sage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it here. Here on WH Radio. I'm Skits, that's Tom, and that's Oscar, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out, motherfuckers.